First up on this week's 2-minute drill, we have 2-0 Jackson traveling to 2-0 Monroe. First down. Can Jackson pass the ball? The Vikings have looked particularly good running the ball through the first 2 weeks of the season, but can they get their passing game going? Through 2 weeks, two quarterbacks have combined to complete just more than 50% of their passes for fewer than 200 yards. But even though they're putting up 35 points per game, that passing game hasn't quite been there. I think it will be now that Noah Bush has essentially been named the definitive starter, and that should help the chemistry improve with some of these weapons. Second down, can Monroe get a lead? Jackson hasn't been up behind by more than a touchdown at any point this season, so there hasn't really been any panic on that Viking sideline yet. They haven't been forced out of their element, running the ball really at will, and having both of their first 2 games at home, haven't seen that adversity. If Monroe can get a good lead and force Jackson out of its element, then they really might be forced to do some things that they're not normally comfortable with. Third down, looking at an X factor. Now, you might be expecting Division I prospect Micah Kretzinger, who's a beast on both sides of the ball, or one of the most electric running backs in the county at Xavier Edwards, but I'm really looking at Dakota Robertson. Robertson has been dynamite when touching the ball this year, getting just 10 carries so far through 2 games, but racking up 140 yards and 2 touchdowns in the process. That's 14 yards per touch and a touchdown every 5 times he sees the ball. So if Jackson can continue to get him the ball, look for another big game from him. Fourth down, the prediction. It seems like one of the tighter games that we're going to have in the Jackson area this week, with 2 undefeated conference foes going against one another for the first time. But this feels like it might just be Jackson's year. They're winning some of those tight games they haven't been able to win in the past few seasons. So let's make it Jackson 27, Monroe 21.